Okay.
All purpose box.
Welcome to a very special, completely secret and bonus edition of the All-Purpose Fox.
Yeah, and completely unplanned too.
Yes, we don't even have the questions. The questions are somewhere else on the sheet, and probably actually, which they're actually probably better being saved for the actual convention. When people will actually see it, and we're not even like fully wearing foxes.
True, but yeah, we are wearing comic-related shirts.
Yes, indeed. Of course, Fee from DMFA by Amber Williams, and me wearing a prequel Katie and Manigan t-shirt from prequel Making a Cat Kai the Adventure. Right, so let's start the questions. You go first.
Okay. Are we going to do the questions we did before the video started or not?
That is a very, very good question. So basically, we'll fast forward. I asked, it's meant to be spontaneous, but I asked who built the pyramids. You said...
I said which pyramids, and then you said the Egyptian pyramids, and then I said they were designed by Egyptians and then built by a lot of people.
Yes.
And then I asked, what should the next question be?
And I said... What did I say?
You said, that's very meta, but the next question should be whatever you can think of.
Yes. Okay. All right, let's move on to the real questions now. We will uncover the real ones. Who faked the moon landing?
No one.
I thought it was the CIA, but I'll trust your judgment. Your turn.
Well, actually, I think there have been many reconstructions of the moon landing that weren't the actual moon landing. So if you count those as fakes, then okay. I guess several people did.
Yeah, I guess you did. So, like, you know, like all those... So Hollywood is the answer. Hollywood faked the moon landing multiple times.
Yes.
For profit. Purely as a motivation. That was their pure motivation. Do not trust the movies. They are trying to make money off of you by giving you an entertaining product. Sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, since we're talking about movies, what do you think of Captain Marvel?
I thought it was a very good movie. I liked it, and I liked the part where the person had superpowers and used them to defeat an evil antagonist.
Yeah, so basically you like the fact that it was a superhero movie.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, someone had powers, and then they had more powers, and then they used those powers. I mean, what more are you looking for here?
Okay, it's a valid answer.
Yes, exactly. And, you know, obviously the real thing is it's building up to Endgame, which maybe you have already seen by the time you watch this, in which case you're living in the future from now. Yeah. And if you've watched this movie, I can tell you one thing for certain, that you will have watched a movie.
Yeah.
And possibly paid for it too, because it's all part of the machine. To use entertainment as a means to get money out of people. Which is, you see, we're different. We're using entertainment as a way of not getting money out of people.
Yeah, we're doing it completely for free.
Yes. Pro grata, you know, non-profit. You know, purely to bring you quality Fox questions.
Yeah. And
answers. Of the all-purpose kind.
Mm-hmm. Late at night when we are hardly able to form a coherent sentences. More
or less, yes. Late at night when I've got a flight tomorrow.
Yeah, and I have to work tomorrow.
Great! And you have to work, and you also have...
And I have to take you to the airport, yeah.
Yeah, thank you about that, by the way. Thank you. You are a good person. You are a good Fox. You truly are. You know, here you're answering questions. Tomorrow you'll be working and bringing me to the airport. You truly are an all-purpose Fox.
Nice.
Yeah.
So are you. You really have done a lot of things.
Yes, we've done a lot of things. I guess the next question is, what sort of things have we done?
Oh, we have walked around both both Buenos Aires and Ushuaia, and a little bit of other places like Tigre and Escobar.
Yes. Essentially, we saw penguins and we saw wallabies in different places. They weren't right next to each other. And I also saw a capybara that was right next to either an alligator or crocodile or some similar breed.
It was a sort of caiman.
Who's caiman?
Another one of those.
Okay. Cool. Well, the point is, it was lizard-like and had teeth, long ones. So.
We also walked up a mountain with a glacier.
Yes.
And got nearly lost in a natural reserve in the middle of the night.
Yes. That was nice. Oh, and when we walked down the glacier, we had A, patches of snow, B, moraine, i.e. loose dirt below it, on the slope that could easily give way, so you could slip on the slope while the ground is literally giving way below you.
And there were also strong winds, and I had hair all over my face.
Exactly. So basically, yeah, we managed to make it down without tumbling down the mountain. You know, I've always had this theory, the best way to, when you get up to the top of the mountain, the best way to get down is to use a paraglider.
Yeah, and you also taught me how to ski.
Oh yes,
yeah.
I taught her how to ski on this great ski slope. There was only two tiny problems. A, there wasn't any snow, and B, we didn't have any skis. But I told her the basics. You gotta curve down, you gotta bend the knees, and you gotta plant your poles just as you're making the turns. So as long as you hold that, you know how to ski, regardless of whether there's ski or snow.
Yes. And well, we did many more things, really.
Yes, we did. Yes. So I guess the question is, what now? We had a good time.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
And this is.
Yeah. The camera's not showing her, but yeah.
There's Floppy.
Floppy.
This is called Floppy.
Yes.
Floppy flops a lot. Floppy has stopped barking at me, which is preferable to the alternative.
Yes.
And yes. All right.
Okay. Next question.
Yes.
What time do you think we will go to bed?
That is a very, very good question. The answer to that question is probably later than we probably should, given that it's now almost midnight. And we've still got to get up early, and then maybe Gabi might even need to do some work before we head off, and then we need to be at the airport really early, but also travel. Is there congestion on the airport route?
Sometimes.
Okay. Well, it'll all work out fine, and I know that I can rely on my good friend. Well, I know that you'll be basically putting yourself out to drive me to the airport, which I really, really appreciate.
And I really appreciate your appreciating it.
Thank you. It's something to appreciate, I believe.
Yeah.
You're an awesome person, and I really do. But yeah, seriously, Gabi's been great the whole time. Take me all over the place, and it's just been a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, you have been great too, and I had a lot of fun too.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. Next question. I'm trying to remember. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would?
Well, considering the hypothesis is false, then you can come up with any answer and it would still hold.
Okay. Wait, hypothesis is false?
Yeah, the woodchuck doesn't chuck wood. So if it did, how much would it chuck? Anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In order to, if we create a universe where a woodchuck does actually, in fact, chuck wood.
Since it's another universe, the woodchuck would chuck any amount of wood.
Exactly. It would all depend on the constraints of the universe. There's multiple different universes where a woodchuck chuck wood, but they would differ in terms of the amount that the woodchuck would, and may even differ in terms of like what a woodchuck is or what color it is or exactly its anatomy. But in with all the tiny branching and millions, billions, infinite possibilities of how a woodchuck would be able to chuck wood, it would also vary the actual quantity thereof.
Okay, so what do you think of logical resolution?
Yes. Logical resolution. Well, I like to be logical and I like to resolve things. And I like the way that I was able to... And I think I sort of got what I was doing. Gabi showed me this program she used it with students, and she had all these formula, and you had to plug in the right things into the formula, and you clicked and then resolved, and then added that sum as the equation. And when you did enough times, you got an empty set, which apparently means you win, which is what I was trying to do.
Yes.
So I got through all her exercises with a little help on one or two of the earlier ones to realize, oh wait, if I want to neutralize one, I have to make sure the sign is different, sort of stuff. But overall, I had fun and it worked, and I think it came, whatever about being logical, it definitely came to a positive resolution.
Good one.
Thank you. All right, next question. It is the year 2050. You suddenly have a superpower which allows you to completely revamp Buenos Aires' entire transport system using minimal effort. What system do you use for transport and why?
What system do I use for transport?
Yes.
I don't know. I have been missing trams ever since they closed nearly all of them.
Aw, didn't know you have trams here.
Yeah, well, there are still two. One is the one called Premetro that links to one of the subway lanes, except it's very far away from both this place and the places I normally go to, so I really can't use it. And there's another one that is just for short rides for fun. So yeah, that's it.
So what I'm hearing is you'd eliminate all the cars and replace them all with trams.
No, I wouldn't do that, but I would bring trams back.
Okay, bring trams back. Bring trams back. That's going to be your issue for Canada in the next Argentinian local elections.
And yeah, if I could do something about all those crazy drivers, I don't know, like getting them to behave and follow the rules, that would be great.
That would be nice too. So what you're saying is more trams and being able to mind control all the drivers.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I meant, but I would like some way to encourage them to do things right.
Okay, so electric shock collars every time they break a rule of the road. Or just positive incentives. Or just subliminal messages. You will drive well today. The rules of the road are your friend. Obey the rules of the road or the owl will eat you. Okay, I think that's your question. Oh wait, that
was your question. That means I have to think of a question now. Okay, what are we going to do with my PS4 now?
That is a very good question. I suppose we will continue playing it and maybe try to see about that Crunchyroll thing that about a person gets transformed into slime creature, which I still don't quite get, but it's made me curious just to see in which direction they go with it. It's just weird. There's a lot of Argentina is different.
That's Japanese.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, but you see, I didn't see that thing available in Ireland, so by going to Argentina, you see things that are...
Yeah, streaming services have different options in each country. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I haven't checked Crunchyroll in Ireland recently. Maybe I should. I should give it a go. It's just, you hear a lot of different things about it, and there's so many different streaming solutions out there these days. Do you want Netflix or Hulu? We don't have that in Ireland. Or Amazon Prime or Sky? You probably don't have that where you are unless you're in Ireland or UK. Or Amazon Prime, I already mentioned. Or CBS All Access, which I really want, except it's only in America, so I can't watch episodes of The Good Wife or NCIS. Or do you want, I don't know, what was that recent one? Yeah. Wait, you asked me a question. Now I'm going to ask you a question. Okay. So my question is, there.
Yeah, I think so.
Good answer. Good answer. Okay. Your question.
I think I'm too tired to come up with good questions.
Okay. Then your question should be, should we end the show now?
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay. The question was, should we end the show now? And I think we'll be. So, thank you. Wait, I think that's you. All for purpose. Fox. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
It's been